How you doing today? Tom, I'm shooting this quick little video for you about how I lost about $6,000 in passive income real estate deal. True story, happened to me 2012, a couple years ago, but it's still so fresh in my mind. I could easily walk you through this and tell you everything that happened, and I will. I'm going to show you what happened and some tips on what not to do. Um, at this point, I've been investing in real estate about 8 to 10 years, give or take, and so I had a pretty good idea of what I was doing, and I thought I knew it all. And you'll see sometimes your ego gets too big, and sometimes it got to be your biggest downfall. But if you haven't checked out my previous video, I'm going to pop it up here on how you really want to go out and buy a real estate property. It's going to work in your favor. This one I'm talking about some things you want to avoid when trying to buy a rental property. All right, a little bit of background on the house. The home was about $100,000. Home was in really good condition. I'll show you the next couple of pictures on what the home looked like. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, perfectly fine for the most part. A little bit of TLC required, tenant loving care to fix it up and make it look all good. Then I found on Craigslist. I never worked with anybody trying to buy a house on Craigslist. You always hear people talk about it. It could have worked out fine, but there's little things that didn't work out, and everything just fell apart right at the end. But here's a house. Most people would look at this house, they'd run away because you see the grass is overgrown, bushes out of control, grass going alongside the house, and then most people would probably run away. But if you're a real estate investor, this looks like a perfect property. It probably wouldn't cost you very much to fix this up. You go hire a gardener, landscaper. They come out, chop it up for you, fix it up, a couple $100. It would look all very good, nice and pretty, and it worked out perfectly. But the owner of this house did not live in the area. He lived out of state. But the person who was selling it, he also lived out of state. And then that threw a whole lot of other issues along with it. But I thought this would still work out perfectly. I could spend a couple $100, fix it up. So I'm thinking this will look perfect. No problem. I'll take care of it. Not a problem. Backyard even looked pretty good as well. You just need somebody to cut the grass. Really no problem at all. The house looks really structurally fine. Roof looks pretty good. Some little maybe damage, little discoloration at the bottom of the house. I'm not really thinking much of it. I'm no handyman, but I thought this would look good. Really a couple $100 in my pocket, fix it up, and be all ready to get back on the market. Side of the house, the landscaper would come out, trim the tree down over there, cut the bush down over here, cut the grass, like the same thing in the front and the back. Structure of the house looks pretty good. I really saw no problem with this. Me trying to be an expert, have my thumb trying to take a picture so you get a better idea how one of the holes was. But it is a good guide, because if you take a picture of the hole, you're going to have a picture of the hole, but you're not going to really remember how big that hole was. So if you can use anything to get something, if you don't have a measuring tape, use your thumb or something else so you can get a good idea, or you get something to remember how big a hole was or something else in the house. I also took another picture because I knew an electrician would have to come in and patch this up, make it look all nice and pretty, give it some TLC. And of course, you see the color of the house looks like a purple or bluish. I'm not sure what the other person who lived here did, but I knew I had to pay a couple $100 to fix up the property, paint it on the inside, but for the most part, that's really all it really needed. There's two little issues right there and the landscape in the front. And so for most people, you think, hey, this is perfect. This is what I'm going to do and go buy it, no problem. And I'll get started on it. But then there's a big issue right here. The seller did not live in where I lived at. I lived in Louisiana at the time. I was in the Army stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana. So this is Leesville is right outside of Fort Polk. Driving wise, the guy lived about 277 miles away, give or take. But we basically talked over the phone and phone, email. He sent me all the information, gave me the locksbox code, and I thought, oh yeah, he didn't live here, but I thought I could still work it out, and it still looked perfectly. The numbers look good. The house really looked relatively good condition, and then but just like anything else, you always want to go and have somebody else to make sure everything sounds right. So I wanted to go talk to a lawyer. The lawyer said he didn't like it. He didn't like the paperwork that I got from the seller. He said he never saw that kind of paperwork before. And but me, my ego, number one, my ego was so big at that point. I had a couple houses under my belt. I said, I can do this. I've seen it done. Um, I watched all these hundreds of hours of Robert Kiyosaki at that point. I read a couple of his books. I thought I knew what I was doing. Had a couple of houses already under my belt, and I thought I could do this. I thought I could really do this. But there were a lot of things that started popping up, and it just wasn't really working out. The lawyer said, he told me just to avoid the property, just back out of the deal, just not really go through with it. And me, my ego, said, let me avoid him, let me ignore what he's saying because he didn't know what he's talking about. And so I just kept going on with it, and dropped in the money to buy the property. But then my partner was my wife. My wife said she didn't like it because she was there with the lawyer, and her feelings said, don't do it. And so we ended up not doing it. So we lost money because of that. I lost $6,000. I was mad at myself because I was pretty sure everything's going to work out right, but it didn't work out right. Everything just kind of fell, flat on my face. And I was really mad at myself. But I ended up buying another property a couple months after that, and I ended up buying it. And that one's still doing well because I still own it. So it's still doing well. But this one I was really mad, and it's things like this you always remember about and you will never forget. So, but hey, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and smash that bell for notification, all right? Every Friday I will bring you another passive income video. And sometime on the weekend, I'll drop you another one if I have time. But for the most part, I will drop you another video every Friday. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and smash the bell for notification, all right? Because I will bring you another video coming up soon, all right? Take care. I'll see you again.